Hello guys, this is Prince Jia Kenya. Today is on Tuesday and it's so cold outside. Although the winter is ending, I don't know why the winter is ending, but it's so cold. Yesterday and today the weather has been that chilly. The weather has been that I don't know how I can tell you, but anyway, we have to get used to it. And I know one day even you will come to be used to get used to this weather. It's so cool, like to have that winter, to have that summer, to have that weather changes. Unlike our country, like my country, we all have like, can I call it spring all of the year? But it's a good thing to have that weather different season. It's so glad about that. So today I thought that maybe we can discuss some of the differences of like between living in Kenya or living in Africa and living here in the USA. But let me be specific about living in Kenya and living here in the USA. Which are some of the differences between living here in Kenya, here in the USA, and living back home in Kenya. And here I will discuss basically about general things. I won't just specify or be specified on a certain thing, but I will be specified on general thing. And I gonna start with like driving. Like driving is different, totally different. In my like right now, I'm continuing doing my physical driving test so that I can book my driving exam and I get the license. Maybe I buy a car. Buying a car here, it's not that hard. You can save some few dollars and buy yourself a car. Maybe when I buy a car, I will come and guide you through. You can go to a dealer. Maybe you deposit a minimum of like $500. Then you agree that you will be giving him $500 a month each and every month. Until that time, you will complete paying all your money. So there are many ways or many means of getting a car, because you can still talk to anybody who doesn't use his car or her car. Maybe he bought another one and the other one she or he was using is still at home, and he can give it to you for you to be using it for a while, or else you make it business. You buy it from her or him. If the car is in good quality, it can still operate or it can still work. So getting a car is not that hard thing, but getting a license, it is now the hard thing, because you must learn how to drive on the left hand side. In my country, we used to drive on the right hand side. Like I had done my driving in my country, so I have that basic knowledge of driving school. But since I came out of driving school in my country, I have never again entered in the car, in the driver's seat, like I'm driving a car. Never again have I ever done that. So I am just like a student now, teaching myself how to drive. Although at least I have the basic thing, like you can't tell me this is gear, this crash, this is what. I know how to start a car, I know how to now. But the more information or more skills about it, I need to do it like a fresher or a new student. So one of a different thing between living in Kenya and many countries in Africa and living here in US, if at all, even if you are a driver there in your country, here, and you usually use the right hand side, here you must come to use the left side car, or the car that it's left-handed. You see, I know you understand what I mean. In our car, in my country, the driver is always on the right side, but here the driver is always on the left side. So in my country, when maybe you are being carried by anybody or being given a lift, you usually sit on the left side because the driver is on the right side. But here many times I usually, I am with any somebody, I usually, like the way I am used back in my home, although I'm getting adapting to it, I usually go to the left side and then the person remembers me. Oh, that's my side, man, go back to your side. And then I go all the way around to my right side. So driving is totally different. Here you will have to learn, even if you are driving in your country. Although there are some countries, I don't know whether one or two in Africa, that Nigeria I think uses the left side car like US. But so Nigeria, if they can come here, they can be somehow good to go, but not that good. But because the roads in Nigeria and here are different, but they will be somehow good to operate the car. But for my fellow Kenyans, you must come here to teach yourself how to use the left side car. Although it is not that hard, like the way I have tested it, I can say it is not that hard. It is so easy. It is so easy because it's an automatic car, and I think the way they have made this constructed this road of them here, it is very easy for you to drive. And so driving is totally different from our country up to here. And another thing about driving, before I forget, in my country, a person who is 18 years old is the one that is recognized to drive. Here in the US, 16 years old is recognized to drive. So in your road, you can see a person of 16 years old driving. In my country, it's up until you get 18 years old. And let me tell you, in my country, like, to get an 18-year-old driving his own car, that's a big something. And it's not like that, like I'm talking bad of my country. I still love my country. Like, that's the reason that I told you I call myself Prince Ja Kenya. Kenya is my country because I love my country. So I'm not talking negative about my country, but I'm talking the reality of a thing. In my country, like, to get at not even an 18 years old, a 25 years old driving, if that person does not have a well-up family, or maybe his father is well up, a man who has money to buy him a car, at 25 years old driving a car, his own car, not a car that he was born by father, by mother. Maybe that person is employed in a very good, well-paying job, or that person, maybe he is a musician or this, because there are some people that has promoted and talent has promoted them in their younger age. Like, you can see several musicians in their 20s, they are driving. We can understand that. But a 25 years old driving, and not even it is not a much expensive car. Let me talk of Probox. A 25 years driving Probox in Kenya, and it is his. He was not born by his mother, nor his father, nor any relative. He bought for himself. That person is either a businessman and doing well in business. That person has been employed either by a good company or any job that is paying him well. That person, not many people in their late 20s that they usually drive. So even in teenager, that's like a dream, unless you are a child of a very rich man. But here in the US, you can see a 16 years old driving. You know what? He in 16 years old is a person who is allowed to work. So you can see a 16 years old driving his own car. 17 years old here, like joining a military, joining any type of a job. 17 years old, you are required to join military, to join anything. So it is not a wonder for you to see a 17 years old driving a big vehicle, and maybe you think that maybe his mother or his parent bought it for him. But no, it is his own car. Because he is working, he is making dollars. Why don't he now be able to purchase the car? So that is one of the difference that have hit me like nothing here in America. Like, when I'm here, usually because my house apartment, one of the video faces the house, and I can see like a person, like a child driving, and I wonder, is this not a child driving? But again, I remember the 16 years old here is a person who is driving. He has a driving license and his or her own car, because even in 16 years old driving is recognized to work. I think 16 or 17 they are recognized to work, but 16 is recognized to have a driving license. In my country, it's totally different. The driving mode in my country, it's the light hand. So about driving, it's totally different. When you will be migrating here, be ready to experience the diversion or the difference of, or the change from your country or from the thing you are used up to here. So another thing, second thing I can discuss about the difference between living in USA and living in Kenya, it's about education. As I said in one video, that in my country, if you did your KCSE or Kenya high school education and you didn't pass to go to university or college, that it's like it is the end of you in school or advancing your education, unless you start certificate. And there are some courses that can't even start with the certificate. Like, I don't think a nursing or a medicine you can start with a certificate with a grade of D. I don't think. Maybe if you know you can do it and you are sure that it can happen, comment below and I will know. Maybe I don't have the full information, because I'm just talking according to the way I know, because I have been born there. Yes, there are some courses that you can start from a certificate. It's a long process. It is very expensive, starting from certificate to diploma to degree. But the point is, which I want to bring is that once you do your KCSE in Kenya and you see that you have failed, and maybe there is a career you wanted to pursue and you didn't get that grade, and there is no way you can that career you can start from certificate. That is the end of your dream to achieve that career. Come here in America, no matter the grade that you did. Like myself, I had a D. I don't lie, I don't cheat, because it's the grade that I got. But with my own D, for those who are in Kenya, they understand which grade. The grade is almost to nothing. Don't ask me the reason to why I got that grade. It is because I prayed a lot when I was in secondary school, and I somehow can't regret it, because maybe it was for a reason. Though I prayed a lot, I know what messed me up not to get a good grade. So in America, no matter your grade, you can pursue any course you want, because what they will do is that they will give you a small test, and when you pass that small test, you will be good to go. So no matter your country, the one that you will be immigrating from to here to the US, even if you dreamt of becoming a doctor, becoming a nurse, becoming a pilot, becoming anybody else, your dream is still valid. You can come here and pursue that dream here. It is possible, although it is not a big process, because even if they give you that test and they will give you time to lead for that test, I know you will pass it, and I know if you are committed and you have that, I know you will get it, and you will still continue with your career. Unlike our countries, education is very different. Education opportunities are very different from here in the US. Another thing about education, like in my country, every school student usually wear the school uniform. Here I have checked some few schools, and they don't wear the school uniform. Students go to school with their home clothes, and I don't know whether it's all the schools. I don't know, but I think many of the schools here do that. In my school, in my country, for you to be known you are a student, you must wear a full school uniform. Try going with one home cloth. Maybe you have dressed downwards, you have upward, you have dressed in your home clothes. You will see what you will face with the teacher on duty, or your class teacher. But here students usually go with home clothes. That's another different thing about education. And again, here there is almost every school, I think, have a school bus for means of transport. In my home, it's only few schools that usually carries or have the transportation of their student, and you must pay for the transportation. Here, every student, unless maybe those that lives nearby in the school address, they can decide not to be. But those who lives somehow far from the school address, they usually use the public means transport of school, public, or the transportation of the school bus. In my country, let me tell you, you used to walk all the way to school, no matter where you came from. I remember there were some classmates that could come out, that could walk for like 1 hour. That means they spend the same time going back to their home after school. So here, about education, things are different. So let's talk again about food. Maybe in Africa we are used up with ugari, rice, and something like that. Here it is not commonly. Okay, you can't go to restaurant and book ugari. Not every restaurant cook ugari. By the way, if you want something like ugari in restaurant, you can only get it. I don't know whether you can get it to this American fast food restaurant, but that one I think you can only go and get it to African hotels, because there are some African restaurant here. Like in Seattle, there is one that is called something like, I don't remember the name. I usually see the people in Seattle posting it, eating some ugari there. But you can't just go to McDonald's and order ugari. There is nothing like that. And this fast food restaurant, there is nothing like the food we usually eat in our home. If you need that type of a food you used to eat in your home, it's maybe you cook for yourself at home. And maybe to get like that unga for ugari that is commonly used in our home, it will be very hard for you here. Like I have gone to market several times trying to look for uga of ugari, but the type of uga of ugari I'm seeing, I have never seen them. So I'm like, should I take this and go and try and see how it is? But again, I see, let me just read about it. let me just cook the rice that I am used up. Even spices, you can't get some spices that we used to use back in my home, like Royco. Here there are some different spices which I didn't know what type of spices they are. I put them in my food for the first time cooking here, and the food was bitter. Let me tell you, bitter. Even if I eated it, but that food was so bitter. But again, from that's when I realized this spice is this one, this spice is this one, because even in the menu I could not understand what they wrote in the menu. So again, the food, that's another culture shock that will hit you. And another thing that is a different between my country, I have talked of driving, I have talked of educational school, I have talked of food, and another thing is about the weather. The weather here, it usually varies from winter to summer, and in another state, not every state that have the four season weather. There are some states that have winter and summer, others have prolonged. That I am, we have winter, spring. We have all the four seasons. I don't know whether it's winter, spring, and I can't remember them very well, but we have all the four seasons of the weather. So in my country, like what I told you guys, when I reached here, once I came out of the flight or the airplane that I came with, it was so cold. I was so like shaking because of the cold, and my host had to take me to Goodwill to find a heavy jacket, at least to cover myself. So when coming, it depends on which time you will be relocating here. If you know it will be winter, you can talk with your host and see whether you can carry a winter jacket, or else maybe no matter that, even if he can tell you, you can come and get one when you reach here. No need to carry like winter jacket, because it will be like, when I talked to my host, he told me don't carry a winter jacket because he knew we're gonna purchase one here. So it's good the season that will be immigrating or relocating here, not the season that you are relocating. If it is summer, don't need to carry heavy jackets or something like that. Just carry light clothes. If it is winter, just carry heavy jacket. But first we will talk with your host and ask him the things that you are supposed to carry, and ask him or her whether you are supposed to carry a winter jacket. So I think there are some of the things that I have seen. They are like country and living here in the US. Another thing is apartments or something like that. In my country, when you let with your beds, your furnitures, your cooking things, your everything. But here in the US, you know what? When you rent an apartment like this, I mean, there is a microwave, there is a fridge. Okay, this house that I live in, I didn't buy the carpet. The house comes. Okay, about the furnitures, there might be, I don't know, might be there are some houses that might come with furnitures, but this one didn't come with the furniture. I bought the furnitures for myself, or the host bought the furnitures for myself, because I'm all new. He is the one that rented the apartment and bought whatever it was supposed to have. But no way you can find this thing at the house unless house comes with a microwave, comes with a fridge, comes with the tiles, not tiles, carpet, other apartment or house. It comes vacant. You are the person that will figure out what you will be cooking with. If at all you won't buy a jiko, if at all you won't come with a gas, it is a person you will figure out what you will be cooking. For a fridge, hey, that's for a well-up people. If at all it is not well-up people, not many people that have an access to buy a fridge. It is very expensive in my country. So there are some of many things that I can talk. Some I have forgotten. So if at all you have a question, you can want me to discuss, you can drop your comment below, and maybe I will reply to you directly, or I can make a video about it. But all I want to, the purpose of this video is to prepare you mentally, that prepare for a change. Don't think the way you used to live in your country, it is the same way you will come to live in here. About a time, maybe as I'm winding up, in your country we are used up, like if you are going a place at 10, you can reach at 10. That if at all your job, you can reach at 8, you can reach at your job at 8, 15, 8, 20. In here in the country, if at all you are clocking your job at 8, my friend, be there by 7:30, because you know you can't predict the traffic. Be there by 7:30, clocking at around 7:50. That moment that you will be late, you clocked out, you are supposed to clock in at 8 and then you clocked in at 8:05. That's a point. And again, those minutes will be counted. You won't be paid those minutes. So it will mess up with your good conduct. It will mess up with your, yeah, that is what I mean, good conduct and your conduct or something like time. If at all it's 5, it's 5 o'clock. If at all it's 11, it's 11 o'clock. It's all about you to figure out if at all how you will reach by that time. If it doesn't matter whether you will depart from your praise area so that you can reach that praise area, it doesn't matter. But here they keep time, unlike my country. We usually don't bother about time. You will see that you are supposed to clock in your job at 8, but you're clocking at 8:10, and nobody who will ask you, the supervisor or anybody, nobody who will ask you. Here, that's a point. So there are a lot of things that I can talk about, the difference between living in Kenya and living in USA. Those are, I have just used Nigeria or wherever you may be watching this my video from, or maybe apart, maybe Asia, Europe, or wherever, I don't know. But know that to another place, there are some challenges, there are some changes that you will experience. Be mentally prepared that you are new place, that new place usually have their new way of doing things. There are things that, yes, they might be common, the one that you are used to, but a lot of things it will take time, but it can be easier and faster to come. As for me, I didn't have that culture shock, that big culture shock, because I was prepared mentally. I could watch videos for Kenyans in America or anybody who is in America, those immigrants, and I could see their culture shock. I could see what they discussed, and so I came prepared mentally that this is what I'm going to face. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your subscription. We are on our way to 1. Very soon we will get 1,000 subscribers. For my work is to continue bringing you more content. I will continue like searching more content, knowing how I can advance this YouTube channel, because one day I want us to grow to a bigger family, and I know you will benefit from this channel, as I will also benefit from you, because from your subscription, you raise my spirit, you boost my spirit, and you help me like to feel that I am supposed to work for my purpose. I am supposed to work for my dream hard. I am supposed to live for my purpose, yeah. And because I believe everyone has a purpose. My purpose is to like give people hope, encourage them, inspire and inform, yeah, things like that. So may God bless you. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Click the notification button so that whenever I post a video, you are notified. And the last thing, which may God bless you and fulfill your heart desires. Bye. See you all. Bye.